Colin Cowherd. Welcome to Attack on Cowboys. And welcome to yet another one of your atrocious takes. And actually, it's not atrocious. It's just hypocritical. I honestly could care less about this particular take because I don't have a strong opinion about it one way or the other because I don't make trying to check out what another grown-ass man is wearing to his place of employment a sport like Colin Cowherd tries to make it a sport. This time, he turned his aim towards Dallas Cowboys head coach Brian Schottenheimer. And once again, I just have to highlight, very hypocritical, Colin. Very hypocritical. Let's get right into today's video and be sure to subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content just like this. Y'all already know how we about to get down. Man, shut your up. Yeah, we here, y'all. We here, man. All right, let's go ahead and take a listen to this, bro. Schotty, I'm rocking with the energy.
You know I don't like backward hats.
Oh,
What's
do you?
worse is a backward visor. That's a
Wow, you don't like backward hats. That's very interesting, Colin Cowherd, coming from a guy who wears backward hats. So you don't like yourself. You know what, Colin? You remind me of a lot of guys that I know and a lot of guys that some of you guys may know that just are very insecure in the people that they are and very insecure in how the public perceives them and is so worried about what everyone else thinks that you can't even take the time to get to know your damn self. Colin, you twisting yourself up right here, man. How can you say you don't like backwards hats and we see you wearing a backwards hat, Colin? Let's keep it going.
2-win team. I'm taking away 4 wins. So when you sit in front
He taking away 4 wins is crazy. He said the Cowboys going to be a 2-win team is crazy.
You're representing the Cowboys. You're representing Bank of America. You're representing a $12 billion corporation.
So what you want him to do is go up there dressed like he about to go to $1 million ball, wearing a full tuxedo and, you know, with the bow tie. Shut your bitch ass up, Colin. Man, why you worried about what another grown man doing? First of all, they in practice. It's not like they coming from some kind of corporate event. They in practice. How you want him to dress? And they in California, so he needs something to block his skin. I don't know if you noticed, but his skin the same color as yours. He stay out there too long, his skin gonna turn into pork rinds in the sun, man. Let that man wear a damn visor if he needs to. And I don't blame him for the visor because a lot of you dudes that wear regular ass hats all the time, y'all be having them big ass sunroofs at the top of y'all head. So Brian Schottenheimer is just trying to keep his locks in place. That's it.
I think you got to do better as a head coach than a visor backwards. There's a reason
visor backwards. So it's visor. Okay, Colin, because I was about to call you a hypocrite because I interestingly enough, remember this conversation coming up with somebody that just happened to be a mentor for Brian Schottenheimer. And you see, Colin, you had a completely different tone with this fella.
So, Colin, what do you think about Pete Carroll wearing a backwards hat?
I never mind my coaches wearing their hat backwards. I encourage it. Quarterbacks, Wednesday at the podium, not a fan.
So it's cool for Pete Carroll's old ass to wear a backwards cap. I'm just going to say old ass because Pete Carroll old as hell, y'all. It look even more off-putting with him doing it than with somebody like Brian Schottenheimer doing it. But it's cool for Pete Carroll to wear a backwards hat, right? Nothing against Pete. But it's not cool for Brian Schottenheimer to wear a backwards hat that just happens to have the convertible top pulled back. Come on, man. What are we talking about here, Colin? Just say what it is, Colin. Colin, just say what it actually is. You need views. Your show has actually been struggling a little bit on FS1. We're going to get into that in just a second, ladies and gentlemen. And you're going after the Cowboys because, obviously, the Cowboys feed all of you guys' families, which they're feeding my family, too, so I can relate to that. But you know what I can't relate to, Colin? I can't relate to making my content and making my entire platform, my entire identity about nitpicking another man's accomplishments. And that's essentially what your entire platform is. You don't go up there and give good football analysis. You don't go up there and make sense of narratives, even if you don't know a lot about the technicalities of the sports. You don't go up there and make sense of narratives. You go up there and create destructive narratives for the players, for the teams, and for everyone involved, and you do it all from the comfort of your crusty-ass seat that you sitting in. And actually, your show is very well named, man. The Herd with Colin Cowherd. It makes a ton of sense because all of your takes amount to a herd of cows just releasing a whole bunch of feces all over an open field, man. That's all your takes are, Colin. So this doesn't actually make sense to me that you're picking this fight, that you're randomly going after Brian Schottenheimer for what he decides to put on his body. Do you, Colin Cowherd, want to be on his body? The closest you could ever get to being on Brian Schottenheimer's body is coming out of his ass as a turd, Colin Cowherd. All right, my bad. Come on, let's keep it moving. We got 17 seconds left, man.
In private clubs, you have to wear collared shirts and jackets.
There ain't no private club. They in Oxnard with free admission for all the fans out there in the bright suns of California, the perfect weather. Bruh, they are on a practice field, bro. He's in practice attire. Matter of fact, any of us that have ever played sports, especially if you played an outside sport, chances are you done had a coach that wears a visor before. So you know what? I think all of us should be offended on behalf of all of our coaches from the past that actually wore visors because I know a lot of them. Let's keep it moving.
There's a reason for that. Like there's a standard. I don't want to look like a guy that's here to move my couch.
No, he definitely doesn't look like that. He's in front of a podium talking to a bunch of NFL reporters, asking him questions about the NFL team that he's currently head coach of, but okay, sure.
Like, I want you to do better than that. That's awful. That is so bad.
Now, after Colin Cowherd gave this crazy-ass take, man, I love the energy our head coach putting out there. Straight up YN energy, man. First, the warning shot came from Juanyeh Thomas. He went ahead and put an encrypted message on X, and it says, "Poosa." That's what the message say. But then if you actually read it backwards, like he says, it says, "Shut your ass up." And he should have said, "Shut your bitch ass up, Colin." All right. Now, that was just a warning shot. Head coach Brian Schottenheimer came out and made it very clear. Man, F your opinion, man. I love this energy for Brian Schottenheimer. Take a look and listen to what coach said and did.
Oh, sorry, Colin. Let me turn my hat around.
Real talk. Sorry, Colin. Let me turn my hat around. Hey, Coach Schotty is in tune with everything going on, bruh. I love that he addresses the critics. I love that he embraces the expectations. I love that he doesn't try to pretend like he's able to exist in his own little bubble, his own little world, and nothing comes across his table. He doesn't know anything else that anybody's talking about. Man, forget all that. Embrace the hate. Sometimes all that foolishness can actually propel you into success. It can propel you into greatness and drive your motivation at times where it may be a little bit low. So I love that Schotty is not only aware of everything going on, but he's willing to go out there and kind of take jabs back. But like, hey, man, I'm not about to just sit up here and be y'all punching bag, man. So Colin Cowherd, you heard Coach Schotty, and you done heard Juanyeh Thomas. You damn sure gonna hear my black ass. But I want to know if you done heard the news about your ratings. I'm sure you have. Maybe this is why you're trying to jump to these drastic measures. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you take a look, Colin Cowherd's show is actually starting to be on somewhat of a decline after he had a successful 2023 where he saw a lot of growth for his program, which I have no clue why. Probably because the other programs on FS1 was so god-awful that people defaulted to only watching that. But it seems like a lot of people woke up from even doing that, Colin Cowherd, because if we take a quick look at your ratings, Colin Cowherd, and we're going to actually do this fair, so we're going to make sure it's year over year, same time of the year. I'm not going to pick out a time where football was going on and then compare it to a summertime. No, we're going to make sure this is fair. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at June 10th, 2024, the ratings for Colin Cowherd's show. He had 139,000 viewers on that show. On the 11th of the same year, he had 131,000 viewers. On the 12th of that same year, 106,000 viewers. And on the 13th of that same year, 128,000 viewers. So essentially averaging about 120,000 viewers, give or take 5,000 or so, right? All right, cool, Colin Cowherd, cool. But then if we look, that was just 2024 summer. Now if we look at this summer, it seems like people are finding much better avenues to get their sports entertainment from because, oh my, this was quite the drop, Colin Cowherd. June 10th, 2025. Remember, year over year, we just looked at June 10th, 2024. He had 139,000 viewers. June 10th, 2025, 90,000 viewers? Are you telling me you dropped almost 33% of your total audience, Colin Cowherd? Are you serious? Maybe it was just a one-time thing. Maybe there was something special going on that day that we didn't know about as a country. Then we look at June 11th, 2025. 86,000 viewers? Are you telling me that you went and dropped 50,000 viewers almost from the previous year, Colin Cowherd? What could possibly explain that sort of drop? And then we look at the 12th, 87,000. Then the 13th, it got down to 81,000 viewers. And now you just kind of jump back up to 129,000. But you're averaging easily below 100,000 viewers this summer, where last summer you were averaging almost 30,000 more views. Colin Cowherd, people are on to you. People are on to your hypocrisy. People are on to the fact that you yourself don't even hold yourself accountable to all the stuff that you say. Now, I get it. I make a lot of content. So it's very hard to remember every one of my takes. It's very hard to sit here and act like I'm going to be 100% right on every one of my takes. But you know what it ain't hard to do? It ain't hard to be accountable when I'm being a hypocrite. It ain't hard to be accountable when I say, man, I was wrong on this. Colin Cowherd, this is why the traditional media is dying. It's because you come up here and y'all are more worried about what another grown man is putting on his damn head. Y'all are worried about everything outside of what fans actually want to know about and want to see, which is sports. And if y'all do get into anything that's outside of the realm of sports, it better be sports related. It better be a story concerning a sports star, an actual story, not a story about a damn backwards visor. Shut your bitch ass up and worry about your ratings, man. And you know what, Cowboys fans? Don't help him. Don't help his ratings. Don't go and bump the clips up. Don't go and watch FS1 to see what Colin Cowherd is going to say today. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you must keep in the loop with the foolishness that these fools are saying about your team, because it ain't going to be nothing but foolishness. You're not going to hear no positive. And you shouldn't get no gratification out of hearing no positive from none of these people, because it's all fake and phony. You must know what these fools are talking about. Just wait until I put their ass on the spit grill and roast them up real nice. Check it out over here. But either way, Colin Cowherd, you've been warned. Schotty ain't going for it. The players ain't going for it. And AOC damn show ain't going for it. Shut yo bitch ass up, man. And how about them Cowboys?
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Woo, shut up, my boy. Hey, I'm still them boys.